Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So you've probably heard the word vulnerability thrown around constantly in tech news, right? But what does it actually mean? Well, today we're going to break it all down.
To get started, let's think about something really simple. Imagine you're rushing out of the house this morning and you forget to lock the front door. Just like that, you've created a weakness, an opening. Let's hang on to that image for a minute. Because you see, that unlocked door is the perfect way to think about the digital world. A physical weakness? That's your unlocked door. A digital weakness? Well, that's what we call a vulnerability. It is literally the exact same idea. So let's really lean into this idea of the unlocked digital door to get to the heart of this concept. Okay, so here's the textbook definition. A vulnerability is just any weakness or flaw. It could be in your phone's operating system, in a website's code, in your office network, whatever, that someone, what we call a threat actor, could use to get in and cause some serious trouble. It's that simple. It's the unlocked door of the digital world.
And here's a key point. A vulnerability isn't some attack coming from the outside. No, it's a pre-existing condition. It's a weakness that's already there, like a tiny crack in a shield, just waiting to be found. It's an internal flaw. This brings us to a really, really important distinction, because just having a weakness, well, that's only one part of the equation. It always takes two to cause real trouble. So let's go back to our house analogy. The vulnerability is the unlocked door itself. It's just sitting there, it's passive. The threat, on the other hand, is the potential burglar walking down the street actively looking for an easy way in. One is the opening, the other is the person who might actually use it.
So here's the bottom line. An unlocked door is just an unlocked door until a burglar shows up and tries the handle. It's the same thing in the digital world. A vulnerability is just a flaw until a threat comes along to exploit it. And when those two finally meet, that's when you've got a security incident on your hands.
All right, so if these digital doors are constantly being left unlocked, you're probably wondering, where do these things even come from in the first place?
Well, they can pop up pretty much anywhere. Simple coding mistakes, bugs, are a massive source. Sometimes a flaw is just baked right into a system's original design, like it was built from a faulty blueprint. And a lot of the time, honestly, it's plain old human error, like using a weak password or just forgetting to flip the right security switch. And they come in all shapes and sizes. You've got zero-day vulnerabilities. And yeah, these are the really scary ones, because they're flaws that nobody knows about yet, not even the people who made the software. Then you have specific attack types, like an SQL injection, which lets a hacker trick a website's database. And to keep track of this whole rogues gallery, there's a public list called CVE. Think of it like a most wanted list for digital security flaws.
Okay, so with all these potential unlocked doors everywhere, how do the pros actually go about finding them and, locking them?
It's really a logical two-step dance. First, you have to identify the weaknesses. That's called a vulnerability assessment, where experts will systematically scan an entire system, trying every digital door and window. Then comes step two, remediate. It's a fancy word for fix it. And this is where patch management comes in. You know all those software updates you're always being told to install? Well, those are the locksmiths for your digital world, showing up to fix the locks. And the most important thing to remember here is that this is not a one-and-done kind of job. Not at all. New vulnerabilities are being found literally every single day. So continuous, regular scanning and patching is the only way to stay ahead of the game and get those weaknesses fixed before a threat actor finds them first.
This quote really ties everything we've talked about together perfectly. An unlocked door in the middle of a completely empty, deserted island doesn't pose much of a risk, does it? It's all about context. The vulnerability is just one piece of the puzzle. The risk only becomes real when there's a threat present that's actually capable of exploiting it.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you know what a vulnerability really is, that internal weakness, that unlocked digital door, what do you think is the weakest link in your own digital security?